So till D and E you're printing. Am I right?
Yeah, I want to print D and D in the same line.
Okay, cool. You want to print D and E in the same line?
Yeah, and with C also.
It has to be print. That means print elements, print it and then go to the next line. Print means it will print and then keeps it in the same line. That's the difference.
Okay.
So now let me execute this and then see. After that, we will do our execution. First, what output is coming. Okay, so now we will see. Let me just align it properly so that it will be easy for you guys to understand. After that, let me. Okay. So we have totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 methods we have. Okay. So in that, okay, instead of me, can anyone of you like to execute? Jayesh, you like to execute?
Sure.
Yeah, Jayesh. So what type of method is this?
Okay, so basically this non-static method.
Super. Non-static?
Non-static method.
What type of method it is?
It doesn't return anything and it doesn't accept anything.
Awesome. That means it's called as a default method.
Default method.
Yes. Then?
Okay. Then we have another sample method which accepts integer but doesn't return anything.
Correct. Yes. Okay.
Then another we have method sample int a double v, which accepts int a and double v and returns double.
Super. Good. So that means I should return a double.
Yeah, we have to return double. So b is already a double one.
Super. Yes.
Okay. Then we have the next one as boolean sample double a int b. Yes. So this accepts first argument as double and second as integer and returns boolean. So that's why we are returning true.
Yes.
Like whichever value is coming.
Good man.
And the last one is string sample string a string b. So which accepts both the arguments as string and returns string.
Yes.
So we are directly returning that Devadatta as a text string.
Super. A good man. Good, Jayesh. Good man. So next, hey, hi, Prajna. Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Murli.
Hey, Prajna. Can you execute me this program?
Yeah. Here we are creating object of simple class.
Okay.
The sample method is non-static. So we are accessing through object of the class.
Correct. I'm creating an object for this simple class. Yes, correct. So that means what are the members will be loaded into this object?
For this object, all non-static members.
Yes. Okay. That means these all are non-static functions or methods. Will these be loaded into this object?
Yes.
Yes, correct. Then?
Then after that, using object first.
No. Only non-static members will be loaded into the object. Anything else will be loaded? Will this static function will be loaded?
That is separate pool. Now static pool, it will create a separate pool and object can access that static pool.
Correct. That means that also will be loaded. That is static and non-static members. Everything will be loaded into the object. Okay. Good. So the main function also gets loaded into the object. Yes. Super. Yes. Then
after that, using object, it is accessing sample class, the default class.
It will print.
This is default.
Correct. Super. Then
after that, we are passing another sample method. We are calling passing integer value.
Yes.
It will call sample int a.
Yes. This method. And it will print.
This is method with return type int and 15.
Yes, correct. The a value I'm passing here is 15. So that will be a local variable for the sample method. So that is going to print me 15 over there. A good Virginia. Super. Then I'll ask, hey, hi Tony, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey Tony, can you execute me the next one?
Right, the double C will go to the one on top, double A integer B.
So that means object.sample 15 comma 10.78 is there, and then double C is there. So double C is what here?
That will be the double Boolean double.
No. What is this double C here? For this main function, what we are doing here?
Okay.
So simple. I'll just give you one idea. So double A is equal to 10.20. So what is this?
Okay. So double C will be 10.78.
So double C will be?
Yeah, 10.78.
Correct. 10.78 it will come here. Super. But what is this? What is this step 22 I'm doing here?
Oh, that's a double. So
what double means what? It's a variable or it's a method or constructor. What is this? What is this 22nd line? What I'm doing here?
That's a Boolean, right? Well, it's a method.
No, double A equal to 10.20. I'm giving, right? So what is this? Okay, I'll make it simple. Integer B is equal to 10. So what is this? What this 22nd line I'm doing?
So you passing the integer B as 10?
Correct.
Am I mistaken or am I saying it right?
Correct. We are passing actually what? The initializing actually what? The 10 to here. So along with it, the data type when it comes over there, it is like we are declaring and then we are initializing.
Okay.
We're trying to create a new variable called B, and then in that memory location, we are trying to store 10.
Okay.
The same thing can you say me for this line, what we are doing here?
So you are declaring 10.2 and then you're storing 10.2 in the memory.
Yes. So that means I'm declaring a variable called A, okay, which is of a double type. Then I'm storing 10.20 as a value to the memory location.
Okay.
Got it? Same thing. Now, first you tell me object.sample 15 comma 10.78. What we are doing here?
You're storing the numbers 15 comma 10.78.
So which line number it will call? Which method it will call? I'm passing. What type of values I'm passing here? The first one is what? The second one is what?
Oh, the first one is an integer.
Superb. Yes. The second one
is a double.
Superb. That means which method will be called the line number?
It will call void static.
No. The thing is, we are passing. So sample is a method name, correct? So these all are sample methods, correct? Every method accepting some arguments here. So here I'm passing actually what? The first one is an integer. The second one is a double. So which method actually what will it actually what call when I'm passing an integer and double argument? Which line number the method?
Oh, which one of them? Okay, that will be the.
Give it a try. No worries. Anyway, actually, you guys are learning it newly, right? No problem. Give it a try. I will be helping you. So the first one is integer. The second one is double. So does this accept any argument? No. What type of argument is this? Accept integer. So this one?
Yeah, it will accept integer and then the double.
Correct. So I'm passing an integer, then a double value. So it accepts this integer and double argument because the name of the method is sample, which accepts integer and double. Then here return type is? The return type for this method is double.
It's a double.
That means once it executes this method, then it returns actually what the value double to the place wherever it is called. Correct? So this is going to print me, this is method with double return type argument. Then what will be the output here?
Plus A plus B.
Yeah. So
Oh, that would be, what will be the total?
so here we have A is what we got 15.
15.
Then the B is what?
10.78.
10.78, correct. So that means the A will hold what?
15.
15. The B will hold
10.78.
correct. So anything that been added to a string, I told you it will be joined together. That is, it will be concatenated. Correct. The first thing is actually always execution starts from left hand side to right hand side. So here first this is a method with double return and integer and double argument plus then the A will be what? 15. So 15 will be there. Then plus B. So this is already a string now. Then after that 10, 15, 10.78. That's what will be the output.
Okay.
Got it? Then
Yes.
the B. What is the B value right now we got here?
B is 10.78.
Super. That 10.78 will be written where in this place. So here it will be 10.78. Okay. That means there will be a local variable called double will be created in the main function, which is called as C. In that 10.78 will be stored right now. That is clear?
Yes.
A good man. Good to know. Thanks, man. So next, I'll ask someone else. Hey, hi, Arpita. You like to give a try?
Yeah.
Yes. So now can you tell me for this one?
Boolean D
Yes.
equal to in object we have double and an int. So dot sample, right? So for we are going for sample and we have to see for double and int. So
yes. Which line
fourth
number?
one, line number 11.
Yes, because here it accepts a double.
Double and int.
What is the return type of this method?
Boolean.
Yes, correct. So now what it will be printed?
This is method with arguments double and int.
Yes.
A okay, A double, okay, 10.60
Super.
and 17.
Correct. 10.60, 17, which is
17.
joined together. Because anything added to a string will be actually what? Concatenated. The same thing in case A plus B is here at the beginning, then it will be added together. But right now, first string comes, then actually what?
Then
it will be joined. Yes, correct. So then after that return?
Boolean, true.
Yes, so that will come over here.
And then Boolean D is equals to true.
Correct, Boolean D. So this will be a local variable for the main function.
Main.
Super, good. Yeah, thanks, Arpita. So the next, hi Debitata, can you tell me the next one? Line number 24.
So line number 24 is string E, object.sample, so it will call the last one, the last method, which has string A, string B as argument. Then it will print this method with strings as argument and string as return type. A and B will be concatenated, so it will add the argument passing in the second one, in the sample.
Yeah, that means what will be printed here?
Devdatta Nayak.
Devdatta and then Nayak.
Then to return Devdatta, which will store in the string E.
Correct. So that Devdatta will come over here. Super. Then here what will be printed?
The return. We will print the return type.
The return type of method sample is C. What is the C value?
C value is object double. So C value will be Boolean B. It's 10.78.
10.78, which is passed over here because we are returning that. Yes. Then the D value will be?
D value will be true.
Yes,
Boolean.
correct. E value will be?
Devdatta.
Yes. Right click, run as Java application. So here true and then debited coming in the same line. So if you want to move it to the next line, just give println. So the true after that debited will come.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So any questions for anyone? You're asking something, right? Is the issue here now?
So in that actually the last one, the return type of the method sample is C. So I want to put all the return type in one line. So it will come as 10.78 true data in one line. So
C,
it's not happening.
D. Sorry. E. I'll keep like this.
Yeah, this is the error coming.
So let me run now. I'll just reduce the font size a little bit so that you all can see clearly. Let me run now. So I will, okay, let it be. So here, 10.78 true debited.
So when I try that, so the error came like, can you go to the last line, return types of sample? No, not last line, the
line number?
Line number 25.
25, okay.
Okay, in that, and the last one, if I am not adding, okay, I think I forgot to add plus sign. So we have to add both side plus sign. Right?
Yes, correct. Because then only this will be separate, this will be separate.
Okay. So like, I think there's a mistake I did because I didn't add the plus sign.
Here it should be a plus sign. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Any questions for anyone, guys? Okay, good. So good. So we'll have a short break, a 5 minutes break. Then after that, we are going to start with the static and the non-static blocks. Okay, so that's what we are going to see. A 5 minutes break we'll have till 8:03. Then we'll have a continuation of a static and non-static blocks.
Murli?
Yes.
Yeah. So this session is again for static and non-static variable?
No. It's a block. Before we saw static and non-static variable. This is static and non-static blocks.
And what about constructor? It's done?
Constructor is done, right?
No, the last class. So only one class is there for constructor?
No. 2 classes. Last week, Friday also we had, right? Guys, actually we have Friday we have completed constructors, right? Okay. Yeah, we have completed. Okay. So again, static and non-static blocks, we will see that, and then there will be one more program on that, a big program, which is a combination of both constructors and then static blocks will come. Or you guys want me to take actually what constructors, or you have not seen the program? Just I need to know.
No, actually, I missed that class Friday. I pinned it.
Oh, okay. Then you have to go through the recording.
There won't be any other session in constructor.
No. That is done. You just go through the recordings over there. Guys, others, let me know who all came for Friday. You all are clear with the constructors topic. What is constructor, and then how a constructor will have an argument, and then how to call the constructor with argument, without arguments. Everyone clear on that part? Can you everyone ping me as yes if you're clear on that? Okay, good. Okay, good. So we'll have a short break for 5 minutes. 8:05 we will again continue. Then after that, actually, what we will start with the static and non-static blocks. Okay, thank you. Hello. Hey guys. So we'll continue with the session. So now let me start with the static and non-static blocks. So how a static and non-static block will be written? Okay, so first, what is a block means? Okay, anything that comes with the flower brace and then ends with actually what a flower brace is called as a block. Okay, so here if we have a keyword here called static, it's called as a static block. Yes, static blocks are called a static initialization block. Okay, we can have n number of static blocks over here. Okay. We can have n number of static blocks here. Okay. The same thing if we don't have a keyword called static, then it's called as a non-static block. Okay, so it's called as a non-static block. So it is non-static initialization block. Okay, so it will be called as IIB. So here non-static blocks also we can have n number of blocks. Okay, so to make it easier, I'll make everything in a single line so that it will be easy for you guys to understand. So totally I have 3 static blocks and then 3 non-static blocks. Okay, so how I can call this static blocks and non-static elements? So simple. See now. So let me execute. Right click, run as the application. See now, SIB1, SIB2, SIB3. Then program starts, program ends. So that means before execution of my main function, static blocks are being executed first in a sequential order. Okay, in a sequential order, static blocks will be executed because static members will be loaded into the static pool. By default, actually, what static members will be executed. So that's what static blocks takes the priority. That will be executed first. Okay, then only my main function. Non-static blocks, as usual. Can anyone tell me actually what a non-static block can be utilized? If I want to utilize any non-static block, it might be a variable or it can be a method.
Object we can use, right?
Correct.
But we don't. The object with the reference of the class.
Correct. Yes, superb. That's it. So that means if I want to utilize actually what a non-static member, I need to create an object. That's it. Now, if you see, first these static blocks has been executed, then my main function started to execute, then when I create the object, non-static blocks are executed, then after that the program ends. So if I am going to create 2 objects, if I'm going to create 2 objects, so now what will happen? 2 times the non-static blocks will be executed. See, that's why non-static members has multiple copies, static members has a single copy. Static blocks can be executed only once in the entire program. Okay, it cannot be executed multiple times. Non-static blocks actually what will be executed multiple times whenever we create an object. Okay, so do we use this static or non-static blocks in our Selenium? No. But in developers side, actually what they'll be using. So the name itself actually what? Static initialization block, non-static initialization block. So usually these blocks they use to initialize the actually what? So they make it actually what? The members as a global. Then after that they initialize the values for the specific actually what variables or anything in the static members for the static block, non-static members for the non-static blocks over there. Okay, so for the initialization purpose only they use that. That is, initialization means giving a value to the variable. For that only they'll be using this. Okay, but in Selenium we never use static or non-static, but this is for an understanding. In you go for an interview level, they might ask you actually what. So whether a constructor will be executed first or a non-static block will be executed first, because when you create an object, constructor also will be executed, correct? Non-static block also now execute, but which will take the priority? And what is the difference between the constructor level and then the non-static block? So that is what the question will be. So the answer is so simple. What is the answer means? Here if you see, I have one constructor. Default constructor. I have one more constructor which accepts an integer argument, another constructor which accepts a double argument, correct? So now how this is going to be differed? So the first one I'm going to pass, I'm not going to pass anything. The second one I'm going to pass an integer value. Okay, so now if I execute, see, SIB 1, 2, 3, program starts, IIB 1, IIB 1, IIB. So here I make it as 3. The SIB 1, 2, 3 program starts. Okay, then after that actually what? Right now it comes and then I'm creating an object. When you create an object, non-static blocks will take the priority, correct? So non-static blocks takes the priority and then it executes the non-static blocks in a sequential order. Then after that only my constructor executes. So here I'm passing any argument? No. So the default constructor executes for me here. Then after that again back to main. Now again I'm creating an object. Now I'm passing an integer value. Now what happens? Once again the non-static blocks will be executed. Then after that actually what? My argument I'm passing 10. So now what will happen? That integer constructor get executes for me. Then after that program ends. So that means constructors will be executed based on the argument level. Okay, non-static blocks will be executed by default any point of time. It does not depends on your argument. That is, if you have some set of mandatory statements that need to be executed whenever you create an object at the beginning, where it should not depend based on the argument passage, means you can put it over there in the non-static blocks. Got it? It can be put over there in the non-static blocks over there.
So Murli, one doubt, like to summarize this, basically static or non-static blocks will be executed first, right?
Static blocks will be executed at the beginning of your execution only once.
Correct. So here if I have one static method, so
Yeah.
a static constructor.
Yeah.
Okay, so that will get executed first or static block will get executed
Okay.
first?
So here you're saying, I want a static constructor.
Yes.
Okay. So this one, remove invalid modifiers. Okay. Because constructor means what? It will be executed only whenever we create an object.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
Got it.
So that's the reason actually what you cannot give a static keyword for the constructor level. The same thing In the non-static block level also, if you give a static, what will happen? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what will happen now?
It will give me an error again.
No. Can anyone tell me what's happened?
Murli?
Yes.
Add to the static block.
Correct. It becomes as a static block. That's it. But only when we don't have a keyword called static, it's called as a non-static block. When we have the keyword called static, it becomes as a static block. That's it. Understood, right? Any questions for anyone, guys? Anyone has any questions so far?
Murli?
Yes, tell me.
Yeah, okay. The constructor and the non-static block, they are independent of their position, right? Because now, if I put the static non-static block, the constructor in between the static block and the non-static block, so will that get executed first?
Correct. So the blocks actually what? Entirely it's independent. Okay, entirely it's actually what? Independent over there. So you can put wherever you want. The only thing is actually what? It executes based on your sequential order. That's the one thing. Anything can be at any place. See, still output remains same. There will not be any changes on the output. Okay.
So in this program, first thing will be executed the static block, then a non-static block will be executed, because as we created an object,
yes,
then the constructor will be executed as we have created the object.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Constructors alone, based on the argument level, the execution will be there. Okay.
Okay.
Murli, I have one question.
Yes, please.
Can you repeat it, please? What is the uses of the static block and non-static block?
Correct. So, for me, actually, what static blocks? What level? Mainly, usually in the development side, actually, what the name itself says actually what static initialization block, non-static initialization block. Okay. So the main usage of this one is what means that is they make some global variables. Okay. Then those global variables given a value in the static or non-static block level. Okay, that's what for the initialization purpose they used to have that one. Another thing, they have some set of statements that need to be executed at the very beginning of their execution. They will put it over there under the static block. Okay, then after that, they have some set of statements that need to be executed whenever we create an object, even if there is actually what any object created or not. Even when based on any arguments or not. Okay, so always actually what we need to actually have those statements in the non-static block level, because based on the arguments is not going to be changed. So we should have it over there, the non-static blocks, whenever we don't have we have to execute those set of lines without any argument level passage. Put it over there in the non-static blocks. Based on argument level, you want some changes to be executed, put it over there in the constructor level. Based on arguments that will be executed for me.
Okay.
Understood? Any questions for anyone?
Yeah, Murli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, tell me.
Actually, when we are means that static and non-static variable, when we are you are explaining that static and non-static variable.
Okay.
Times here static blocks executing means here static block statements are executing before the main function, because here main function starts, so static block statements we are getting in output. But my doubt is like for global variable, sorry, that global static variable, before main function, if we'll print system, if we'll give any statement like SOPL system.out.println, if you'll try to print global static variable value, is it possible we can print or not?
No, come again. Can you please come again?
Here in this program, in static block, whatever statement we are writing before main function, we are getting output that here in output in console window, STV1, STV2, STV3. After that, program starts.
Correct.
that main function executing.
Correct.
I'm telling while we are in global static variable.
Okay.
We will declare one static variable that
Okay. So we'll do that. Static int a. Okay.
and we'll assign any value int a equal to 10.
Okay.
I want to try this value. I want to print this value before main function. I mean, suppose like systems CISO.
Yeah, I can have it over there. Before main function, static blocks executes.
No, you are writing in static block. So anyway, we'll get the value.
Correct. Okay.
I'm telling out of static block. Is it possible we can print?
No. That is, you need some place for execution, right? So static blocks are one place for execution, or my main function are one place for execution, or my non-static blocks or constructors or methods. Somewhere we should actually give an information for execution.
In println statement using class name, we can access the value. Is it possible?
Come again? How can you tell me?
Suppose system dot out dot println.
Which line number do you want me to write?
Anywhere, any statement.
No, anywhere means actually what? When I write it over there, it's there for the main function. Yes, it will work. CISO.
It will work in main function. I'm telling outside main function.
Okay. So it's there into the static blocks here. CISO.
So it should be under any block or any.
Correct. Yes. Yes.
Individual statement.
Okay. You're saying you want to write some statements outside like this.
Yes.
That's what, that will throw an error, right? That day we saw it. See. I cannot have system.println outside. It will throw me an error. Got it?
Okay.
Anywhere it should be there inside a block.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Understood, guys? Any questions for anyone on this?
Yeah, Murli.
Yes.
Can we have mathematical function in there? Like in normal method, when we use, we can also put all kind of calculation and whatnot in the method, and we have to call and execute them as it will be executed. So in this block also we can put a mathematical function.
Mathematical function means, can you tell me how to write it?
So like a plus b, c plus d.
Okay, here you're saying, can I have it like actually what? If you have two variables, integer a and integer b, a global static variables, can I give it here it as a plus b?
I'm saying like if you can delete the system out println, you can delete that line.
Okay.
And you assign like integer a is equal to 10.
Okay.
Then b is equal to 20. Integer b is equal to 20.
Okay.
Then integer c is equal to a into b.
Okay.
So
c is equal to
a into b.
A into b. Okay.
Okay. So in this case, so what will be the output? It won't give any output because
we are just declaring and initializing it, but we are not utilizing it. Only if I give CISO C. Now actually what for me output will be printed.
It will show the output.
200.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Instead of there is no way we can use that value C in main program like as a method. We have
no, because what type of variables are these things when we declare it over there inside a block? It's a local variable for the static block.
Static block. Okay.
So that means local members can be used in a different block? No. So if I want to utilize them, then I should have all things actually as a global member.
Okay.
It can be a static or non-static, then only I can utilize it.
So this is the disadvantage of this block because...
No. It's not a disadvantage, I will say. This is the procedure that they want it to be defined.
Okay.
That's it.
Because if you compare method with block, then in method we can at least get a return value which you can use in main program.
Correct. And then I can call it whenever it is needed.
Yeah. But in block, we cannot do that.
Yes.
So using block, we can assign a value before starting the program. Like we can put a is equal to 10 here in the static block,
Okay.
and in the use that a same. No, you cannot use.
Yes.
So I have to declare global variable outside. Like
Yes.
static a, I will declare. Then I will use that in the block. Then I can use that inside the main.
Correct. If I want any static variable, I should declare outside a equal to 10. This becomes a global static member. But the same thing I cannot declare inside the static block, because that becomes as a local, right? So here I cannot define any static members.
Okay.
Okay, right?
And we can use the same variable inside any block.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay. So today we have seen actually how to write a static and non-static, and then how the execution flows goes and all those things. So tomorrow what we'll see, we will take a program which has actually both constructors and then static and non-static blocks. Then after that, using the memory allocation concept over there. Okay, a little bit a big program, but gives you more information whenever we create an object, how the blocks memories have been allocated, and then how it has been removed. All those things we'll be seeing in a detailed fashion. Okay, as usual, memory level we will see, so that you'll be understanding it in a detailed way. Okay, cool guys. Guys, actually, hopefully everyone have paid. So Jagdish, you will be continuing the session. Just need to know.
Yeah. Yes, Murli.
Okay.
I'll forward it by tomorrow.
Sure. No worries.
We'll have.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thank you. So tomorrow, same time, we'll see. So memory allocation level, we will see that. Okay. Thank you. Bye, guys.